It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm today.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Brent.
That's right. For our first show in 2019, we brought back Mr. Brent Lindy himself, Mr. the Furry aficionado.
That's all I'm good for, apparently.
Mr. Furry.
You're not good for your jokes. It's just because you're a furry aficionado.
Good. Glad to be here. Thanks.
All right, see you guys later.
Yeah. See you later. That's all I got.
Later.
That was part 2, and I'll see you guys next time. I gotta go to work.
Welcome to our 3-minute episode.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, because we spent 45 minutes to get on.
Yeah. Sorry for the late start. We, thought we were gonna kick 2019 off by, of course, being on video. So that's a cool thing. And we thought, I thought, let's have this cool program like all these streamers have. And unfortunately, my computer is shitty and can't run it. And when we went to try, everything fucking failed. So here we are, back on Google Hangout.
And it's a great start to 2019.
Yeah, that's a great way to start. Is that an omen for our 2019?
No.
Nothing changes.
Yeah, nothing changes. Everything's still shitty. And you guys still fucking suck.
So shitty you had to go back to 2-year-old content with me.
Hey.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get that fucking Brent guy again.
You gotta start small and work your way up, right?
That's true.
He's only 10 feet away.
We can't blow our load right on the first episode of the new year.
Right.
We gotta stroke it a little bit.
It's trippy.
Like a diesel engine.
And that's where Brent comes in.
That's right. It's trippy seeing myself on screen and then watching your guys' big ass heads pop up whenever you start talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking over at the playback on my MacBook, and then I like see like Kyle's big ass face. Yeah, it is.
Bouncing in. Hello, everybody.
God
Jesus.
damn. That's a little bit more Kyle than anybody needed to see.
Never.
But yeah, so we brought Brent back in because there was still questions that went unanswered from 2 years ago when he came on to teach Jose about
burning
furries.
questions. I'm sure.
Hey, they went unanswered, man. Like I told you, you have been probably one of our most requested person, not just to get you back on the podcast because people think you're funny, but there's been a lot of people that every time we do a holiday special and we're like, call in, it's Brent, dude, the furry shit is the funniest thing. Like that shit is ridiculous. So we had to do it. Yep.
No,
Yep.
yeah, okay, good. So we don't got to talk about that too much, do we?
Oh no. There's people that have questions about it.
Oh, good. I legitimately was gearing myself up. I was like, how bad are we gonna go? Because I don't think they know yet.
We're going all the way.
If we go that far.
We want to open this rabbit hole wide. And
That's the innuendo. That rabbit hole is where we're going. Yeah, see, he knows. Brian's got it.
Yeah, it's going all the way, baby.
All the way deep.
We're gonna yiff right through this one.
So Kyle, you said you had some questions for Brent too, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna work them in.
You're gonna work them. Well, all right. So one thing we didn't
I'm gonna work it in.
One thing we didn't get from the last time, because Jose was just asking questions about this chick, is you're the knowledgeable person on this subject. How the hell did you get into this?
Into furry stuff in general?
Yeah.
Well, a long time ago, I used to just see some of the art, and I was just like, oh, this is interesting, like anthropomorphic animal people and shit like that. And then it started going forward. I was just looking up more art because I liked a lot of the art. And then there's all of these websites started popping up and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then there's just communities just blown the fuck out. And it's just like, fuck. I was just like, okay, this is kind of where I'm looking at. And then I got into it just because I like the art. And then it just goes crazier from there.
The art.
No, I do like a lot of the art. I really do because I like art in general, and some of it's just got really clean lines and shit. Some of it's fucking garbage, like most art. But
So when you think of an artist, say I'm getting into fur art, Fart.
You are? You heard it here first. Breaking news.
Besides yourself, who are like the go-to artists to get your fart?
Your fart. Your fart.
Your fart.
Your fart. Your fart.
Who's your go-to artist for your fart?
There's so many. Like there's just so many. It depends on what you're looking for, and that's the problem. Is because there's fucking
fart.
Hundreds of thousands of artists.
Little fart.
And the thing is, like, if you're, it's so hard to weed out what, like, if you're just trying to look for shit that's safe for work, it's almost impossible to find.
I couldn't imagine walking past my coworker's cubicle and she's got fart up on the wall. I mean,
a wallpaper.
Like, I mean, like.
That happened to me.
Would that just be a call for attention, or like, hey, this is I moonlight as a guinea pig? I mean,
that happened to me at work. Like, she didn't have furry shit up on the wall, but this lady was huge into ferrets, and she was in my training class.
Oh, God.
Did she stink too?
Yep.
And
did she stink like a ferret?
She was just a shitty person.
Yeah.
But
did she fart on her and she complained?
She was yeah. She was into she's into fucking ferrets, and she goes, "Hey, check out this book I bought on how to draw animals." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, check out this book. And it's fucking furry. It's how to draw furries." So I'm starting like, I mean, it's like, I bet you her and her husband like are really super into furries, and fucking like she dresses up her furry. Yeah, her fursuit is a fucking ferret.
Her persona?
Her persona is a ferret.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, like, so do a lot of furries, like, do they... I'm trying to think of a way to say this. So, like, okay, like, if my persona was a guinea pig, would I be like Gina the guinea pig?
Well, if you only have one for once, and it also depends. It depends on percentile wise of how much animal you want to go. So the standard of what a lot of people normally see is anthropomorphic. So that's pretty much human tendencies, but they're just covered in fur and have like an animal face.
So if I only want to, I could be like a guinea pig with like a
Sonic, like a werewolf.
Like Sonic Fox. Well, Sonic Fox, yeah, he's a wolf, but like he actually wears his fursuit and shit. But his thing is, yeah, where it's basically like a person, but it's just got like a wolf head. Maybe they have like paws or claws on their hands and shit. It depends on the percentile they go down. Because some people are straight up just like, my character is a fucking dinosaur, and it's just like a raptor that talks
with a dino cock.
Well, okay, if you are we're going into this already.
I guess so.
Who you're talking to? Like, you didn't think that we were going to get to a cock with Kyle in here?
Galactic standard, as I'm going to call it. For your persona, if they have a dick, it's a horse dick. That's
Socialist in the chat says furry is cancer.
Yeah. I don't know why the fuck. It doesn't matter what species or genus your fucking persona is. They just have a horse cock. That's just I don't know why. Is it because it's naturally the biggest?
Do they say how big it is in centimeters?
No,
so it's bigger.
Well, it's depending if you go on, depending if it's normal or if it's hyper. It could be between normal, actual fucking
a hyper horse dick.
Hyper can go from being like feet long to building size. Like it's hard.
Building size.
Yes. We're not going to go into the hardcore fetishes here, please.
Tim says in the chat that I should have slid a note folder to her that says with a note that says "yif."
Oh, you would have been yiffing,
bro. You would have been fired.
Yeah. Do you yif?
Yeah.
Like one of those notes you pass in high school. Do you yif? Check yes or no.
Yeah. That's just like one of the most awkward things. It's straight up like asking, do you fuck as a furry? Just straight up. And it's just like, what? Who the fuck just goes up and says that? Like, oh, hey, my name's Brandon. I just want to know, do you yif? Like,
or if it was Jose, he'd be like, yeah, I yif, baby.
Yeah, yif. Totally yif, man. Fucking hell yeah.
Well, I mean, he already looks like he's coming to you live from his sex dungeon and by his camera, so you know, he probably yifs.
He doesn't want to see the
underground in Zimbabwe and shit.
Yeah, Tim says in the chat, DTY, down to Yif.
Down to Yif.
I'm in Germany.
Down to Yif.
You're in Germany?
Yeah. Well, fetishes are weird and grow up.
Yeah.
I'm still wrapped around the whole having to have like Velcro or shit is like buttoned together so that you can. All you have to do is just
zippers, man.
You can't use zippers, right, Brent? It's either Velcro.
No. Like normally, it's pieces, so it doesn't always have to be Velcro. The button thing, it's not zippers at all because it doesn't work with the thing. Because their stuff is like. Think of it like a mascot costume, or it's just big pieces that you put together, other than usually the gloves, the tail if they have one, and like the boots and stuff. But then like everything else is pretty much it's just like a big set that you put on if you're going to pay for the high quality ones.
So if you're going to gift, you might gift the fuck out, right?
Sure, yeah, but and then fuck. So there's the special made ones where they have the pull away fucking spot for your fucking dick and your ass cheeks, so you can just yip on the spot, like where you just walk around. I assume in this thing.
You gotta have a back door.
That's something that I saw more recently, and I was like, oh, that's fucking a thing. So gotta live the dream.
You got the runs. You want the back door to go open quick, right?
Yeah, you never know.
You eat that bad. You ate that bad corn dog, and it's fucking over.
Corn dog, yeah. Corn dog. Of all the things to pick at a fucking convention, you get the fucking microwave state fair corn dog. That's the worst.
It's the cheapest one. It's only fucking $2.85.
I'm just thinking about it. We're going out to an event. We're spending a bunch of money to go do something that you really enjoy. And you're like, I could go full fucking corn dog right now. Of all of your options.
I gotta have the convention corn dog.
Oh God.
Yeah, don't
it's
spring.
$8 and shit.
Yeah, don't spring for good fast food or a good restaurant. Get the corn dog.
I'm not leaving the con floor.
Yeah, right.
And it's not complete unless you have the little pump action fucking mustard out and ketchup out in the middle of the floor.
Oh, that one that everybody touches.
Oh, yep. And then everybody wonders why you get sick after a con.
Add your own relish. Bring your own relish.
Yuck.
Yeah.
So the funny thing that we're having this topic. I actually saw a girl on this dating website, and I messaged her, and she had pictures of her first soda and stuff.
Oh,
you found another one?
Yep, a different one.
How do you do that?
I don't know. They're just out there.
Well,
they are out there.
They're attracted to Jose.
He's broadcasting from a sex dungeon, so I mean,
have to bring him in somehow.
Come down to the nest where we're gonna fucking lay eggs.
My persona's not a bird.
It's not an avian.
What?
Yeah, okay. We going into terminology?
You're dropping knowledge on me.
Yeah. If it's any sort of flying creature, usually it's an avian. That's it's a broad spectrum of bird type.
Mine's a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
He's a peacock. You gotta let him fly.
Yes. At least he's only one. He's not one of those mixed 1 1/2 shit bullshit.
What the fuck?
I picture Jose as a peacock, and he wears one of those masquerade ball.
Is he a peacock because he doesn't have hair, so he has to have really flimp?
Yeah,
something decorated.
It's like a colorful. It's a colorful distraction.
Yes. Right now, the thing that's going on is people. It's literally a thing that started yesterday or the day before.
Damn, we're right on the cusp of it.
Yeah, people are It's called tweet fur. They're furifying the Twitter logo.
Furifying.
They're turning the Twitter logo into a busty ass bird chick wearing a Twitter shirt.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like Earth Chan.
Yeah, but it's called hashtag tweet fur. And I was like, oh, that's a thing. Well, this is perfect to bring the fuck up into this. That's topical.
Tweet fur.
Some of the art's really good, but 90% of the time it's gonna be like you're just gonna see tits.
Perfect.
You see bird tits.
I like to see bird tits.
Some Twitter titties, you know what I'm saying? Some twitties.
I remember when Twitter was like anti-NSFW.
When it wouldn't allow it?
Yeah, when they wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, now they don't care, and it's been fucking awesome for me.
Yeah, they allow everything.
What allows everything?
Twitter.
Oh, Twitter.
Yeah.
I noticed they've taken a lot of the fucking naked chicks and stuff off of it. They took something away.
They did for a bit, but then they took
that's Twitter or Tumblr.
Tumblr completely destroyed themselves.
Yep.
Is that what it is? And so they're not going to Tumblr and Twitter?
Yeah, no. Twitter is just, it's fine now. They used to have it where you couldn't do any not safe for work stuff, and now they don't care.
Yeah.
Tumblr completely destroyed themselves, and everybody that was on Tumblr moved over to Twitter, and it's been great for
Twitter
me
and Reddit.
because I can fucking hentai all day.
Yeah,
that's
another. You can go down with him as hentai.
That's why my name's Brentai. Come on.
Yeah.
So next week will be the hentai episode.
I'll give you some classics.
I don't think you need a hentai episode. People should know what hentai is.
Brett's favorites. Your top 5. Better start working on it.
Why did they blur the dicks out? Why?
Dude, it's bullshit. I swear to God. Fucking Japan, man.
What's a PNV?
It's bullshit.
It's only fun if you see PNV.
Fucking vaginas all mosaiced out and shit. Son of a bitch.
So I reached out. I put on Facebook, on the Absolute Geek Facebook page. I let people ask questions if they had questions for you about furries. And Tim asks, after a good yiff session, what's the best way to remove stains from your fursuit? Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend to remove stains on your
That's
fursuit.
the real question.
Well, first of all, it depends on whether or not what you're fursuiting as. So if you're a scaly, you're probably that's lizard, by the way. If you're scaly, you could probably just use club soda and shit like that, or fucking OxyClean. But if you've got actual matted fucking fur, just go wash the fucking thing, because that's gonna get all fucked up. Just go wash it.
Everybody should be
dry
clean, literally, and they're gonna be like, "What's this matted fur? Why is it all crusty and shit?" Don't worry about that.
Don't you worry about it. Just wash my shit.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody spilled yogurt on my fucking mascot outfit.
My mascot.
I play for a local football team. Fucking stupid. The Alaskan Huskies.
Hey, Jose would be one of those guys that would go to a con cosplaying a Rito. That's what they're the bird people from Legend of Zelda, right? Rito? No.
He'd be Jose Bandito.
What?
Wait, what was that?
He'd be Jose Rito Bandito.
Rito Bandito. Yeah, no, the Ritos are a thing. It's also a Mexican food place, and surprise. Other than that, the Rito are the bird people from Legend of Zelda and Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild, yeah.
Yeah, so Jose would go to a con cosplaying a Rito and fucking get called a furry.
Yeah, well, that's considered part of it. So you could, unless you're cosplaying a character, if it's your own character, you are now in that thing. Which that's another thing that's been happening recently. Just going into like a cosplay and like fursona, spider sonas right now because of Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider sonas?
Really?
Yeah,
really.
Spider sonas are a big thing right now because of Into the Spider-Verse. Like I saw one the other day, it was a wolf spider. And it was really interesting, like concepts for some of these people. But I was like, it's just people wearing like outfits
with 8 legs.
No. They're not straight up spiders. They're just if they.
So it was like a wolf, but with like a Spider-Man mask.
It was actually really, really interesting. I liked that.
They're shooting webs out of their ass.
Yeah, right.
No, dude, they're yipping the webs
back there.
They got silly string on a little button. They're shooting it out of their ass.
Yeah, they yiff it at you.
Yiff! Wrap your hand up.
It was basically like, it was just like, imagine if you took Spider-Gwen, but she had like a fur coat thing that covered her head and then like had like little wolf ears on the top. It wasn't bad.
Oh my God.
It's a fun little idea, but I was like,
Brian, you're interested?
For me, like a lot of this stuff when people are just like, oh, we can make our own spider thing because of like this new pop culture stuff. It's so fucking, I don't know, it's so vanilla and just not very creative. Even though you're trying to be creative out of something, that's just like, I'm just putting on a Spider-Man costume.
Is it? You think it's more of a way for someone to break into being a furry is by just taking something like next we're gonna see Harley Quinn with a fur and little ears or what?
But she's not an animal though.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying that's like it's like a break in to be comfortable. Like, okay, you normally do like I'm thinking about like I got a message in a chat that says my name's Jose Chimichong and I'm trying to figure out how to break into being a furry.
And you know what? Like I would think breaking into being a furry would be like dressing up as the pollo chicken, or you know what I mean, like
bad.
Yeah, something like that. You know, you're not definitely. Yeah,
the chicken that Peter Griffin fights.
Yeah.
I'm breaking into furries. I'm dressing as Toucan Sam for the next con.
Yeah, Pollo Loco chicken.
The old Pollo Loco chicken.
You know, on the side of the road saying, come here. That's a furry in the making. Yeah.
No, like breaking out into it. I mean, like it's not you're doing it or you're not. And now some people like, okay,
so it's like 0 to 100. There is no like
sort of a thing.
There's no getting your toe wet first.
Yeah, no, because first you're like you would probably start doing what I did, except that you'll go farther than a certain point. Like you start looking at the art and you're like, oh, I want to try to find out some more of this, and then it starts getting like crazy and crazy, and you're like, maybe you make your own fucking fursona, and then that's the first part. It's like, what animal do you either think is cool or fits your fucking psyche, which is the weird part. So some people are like, I think I'm a wolf really in spirit, and then they're like, okay, sure, dude.
Is there a test you could take that gets you your spirit? What is your spirit animal? What should be your We should make an app.
What's your persona?
What's your persona?
There you go.
A persona app.
Yep.
We'll ask them 20 questions.
The persona app, yeah.
There you go. The persona app.
And what we'll do it, yeah. And at the end, you will be a cockarooster or a cockaphant.
A cockarooster. I'm pretty sure those are the same things, but okay.
The thing is, there like a
crocodile.
I want to be a pan elephant, an elephant with the body of a panda.
That is the
with
thing.
The head of an elephant.
A elephant.
I was gonna go into the mixtures. Now the mixture thing, I don't see as much of it anymore, but there are a lot of stupid like hybrids that they do. It's like, oh, this persona of mine is half dolphin, half fucking fox. And I'm like, that doesn't work, but they don't care. Like some of the ones that it's always like usually like a normal mammal and then like a fucking spider or a dragon or something is the other one. It's always some mythical thing or some shit that doesn't usually proportion out correctly.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's never something like I'm half dog, half fox, which is like, I mean, fucking whether crossbreed genetics, sure, that can be, they're close enough, but it's got to be something ridiculous. Like I'm half squirrel, half scorpion. Like,
so is there people in the community that get mad about that kind of stuff? Like they see like these crazy concoctions that people make, and they're like, yeah, they're like those guys.
They're like snobs about it.
Everybody's got like different things. Like usually it's a pretty broad spectrum for furries, unless you go really hardcore into certain fandoms. Like the big one that hit that pretty much either divided. I say divided, like because they don't even consider themselves the same thing. If they are, is bronies, and you know what bronies are, right?
Mm-hmm. We can have Eric for that.
So the furry community was like, there was furries, and then it's like bronies. Like it's always just My Little Pony, the new version specifically, and that's still part of the community technically because they're the same type of thing. But they're like, no, we don't consider ourselves furry because we're straight up this. Like, yo, but it's a fucking cartoon horse, bro. You're gonna have to take it. And some people were like, I fucking hate this group, and other people are like, I don't like the rest of this group, and it's fucking whatever. It's dumb. I'm like, you all like suck in some sort of way, really.
Tim says in the chat, half Ewok and all hard on.
All hard on. Wait,
like
half
an Ewok.
Ewok. What's the other half?
All hard on.
So he's 150% of something.
So we have another question from Max Gotti, who asks, how do you tell if you're about to or in the middle of yiffing a male or female of the human variety or their persona?
Oh, okay. How do you know? How do you know if you're about to?
If it's a super hairy ass, it's a dude.
Maybe she's European. That's not necessarily true.
Are they asking are they having sex with their persona or are they having sex with?
Yeah, I think the way
thing. Like, do they think of themselves at the moment as their persona?
Yeah, like you're in the middle of you're about to bang out a chick, and then all of a sudden she's like, "I'm half fox, half scorpion." And
maybe I was just thinking she was like her name is like Stacy, but she's like, call me Sapphire, and then because that's what her persona's name is.
My name is Ruby Sapphire Starstrike.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
There's a good name.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Persona's name is Jesus Christ. If you're about to know, I mean, essentially, I guess you got to ask your partner, right? Like you just beforehand. If you have somehow not found out the information and you're at this stage, there's already problems.
How do you have that conversation though? Like you're in the middle about ready to bone out, and she's all of a sudden like, "I'm a furry," and then that spirals this whole conversation that maybe you don't want to have at that point in time.
I'll tell you right now.
How many second?
Like, imagine, okay, if you're about to have sex with somebody that you're like, I'm so ready to bone this person, and they pull that shit out, you're probably gonna be like, I'll think about this in a second, but whatever. Like you're gonna be like, okay, and then you just go, and then you're like, so what the fuck were you talking about earlier when before we started like fucking sweating?
Yeah.
If she's like, put this mask on, I want you to be me. That's a whole new section, bro.
So what about if she's a female, but her persona is male, and then so
that happened.
That does happen a lot. Yeah. I know.
Is that what it's okay to be gay?
It's okay to be gay.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Actually,
not saying it's wrong, but like,
no, it's not wrong. But
no, I'm just saying, but like, does that make it like, oh god, how do I say this without being offensive?
No, just say it. Just say it.
Mm-mm.
Just say it.
Say it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about any male furry fucking anymore.
Okay. Well, anyways, back in the day, actually, when I used to draw once in a while, a guy like commissioned me to draw his persona, and he was telling me about it while I was drawing it and stuff, and I was trying, blah blah blah. And he's like, "Man, I really wish I was more like this persona of mine." He had two, by the way, of course. But he's like, "I really wish I was more like this one." I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, is there something you can't
already?"
At first I was like, "Well, do you wish you were like a wolf or whatever?" Like, that's understandable. Sure, you can't. It's something you can't actually attain. And he's like, "No, like he's gay and stuff like that." And I was like, "What do you mean you wish you were gay?" Like, I was like,
just go be gay.
Yeah, like, do you like dudes?
You like in the butt.
You did it. Like, and so I was like,
do you like dudes? Do you like giant cocks in your face?
If you're like, okay, I wish I had this rainbow colored hair of mine, which is very common, by the way, when you look that shit up. I wish I had no colored hair and I had sex with dudes and maybe I had a slim body. Okay, work at it, bro. That's all you got to do. It sucks. But that's the thing that's just like it's weird to me, like when people have more than one. But I was gonna go into this one thing. This is something that it used to be, I used to see a lot more back in the day, and I don't see it as much anymore. Back in the day when you'd see a persona, like the art or whatever, and it was like, this character belongs to, the OC is whatever their name is, and then it would say their player, and then like what the real name is. And that's because people role played the character, but like it didn't like identify it as themselves. Like, it's so fucking odd to me that you're like, oh, this is me, but you can play this character. Like, who the fuck? I don't care about this. Like, I don't want to be you. Like, no. I don't know. It was just odd back in the day when I had to like see that. I don't see it like nearly as often. There's probably still in some circles. Which
we have
another thing.
We have a question in the chat from Mugwai who says, "So I work with a guy whose wife is a furry. He says he's not into it. So I'm wondering, being that he has admitted that his wife will only fuck him if she's in her horse costume, does that make him a furry or just a furry fucker?"
That's a
furry by proxy.
Yeah, is he in the fandom and things like that? No, he's just fucking.
Yeah,
unless
he's got to get off too.
Unless he's right. Yeah, but
like, she'll only fuck him if she's in her horse costume.
That's fine. Pussy's pussy, I guess, right?
Hey, whatever gets you in the mood to do it.
Yeah, like
whatever gets her in the mood to do it.
Exactly. That's what she wants to do. Like what? And he's down to do her while it's happening, and he doesn't really have that much of a problem. Sure.
I wonder if she
make
made
him a furry? No.
Hey, Brandon, I have a question.
What's up?
So, with a furry like helmet or mask or whatever,
helmet. I like helmet.
Is there like a chin
strap? Fur.
Is there like a chin strap or something so like it doesn't flop off or something?
No, it's straight up. Normally, I've always seen it where they just, it's the one you put on
like a hat.
Yeah, like you put on a big mascot hat thing, like a mascot piece.
Okay,
that's what it's just so weighted down, it's not going to go anywhere. But they don't usually do a lot of crazy movements. The mascot shit, we're like, oh, okay.
But they're yipping. What they?
They're yipping. They're
you just hold your head on.
Have their dick coming
it's got a chin strap like a football helmet.
No, they don't usually do a lot of
you just prop yourself up against the wall so that it doesn't come off.
I'm not kidding. I've seen it. It's not. It's the most boring shit with being the most outlandish at the same time because they're like, we can't move, otherwise our shit's gonna fall off and we're gonna break character. I guess.
And then that ruins the mood, and then the second
like, oh, man, I didn't want to see your real face, you fucking
Oh, you look like that. Ooh.
Yeah, right.
Usually I'm sure there isn't a lot of good-looking people who
Some people look decent, but most of the time they don't. And that's just the harsh truth of it, I guess. If you fall that far into it, it's whatever.
Jose just called Mogwai's co-worker's wife ugly.
No, that's Brent, not me.
Oh, I said it?
Right. Jose's pointing.
Yeah.
Tim says in the chat, you have to attach the optional YIF strap.
Yeah, the option. Yeah.
That's optional?
Yeah.
We could sell those at the con.
There you go. We should, yeah.
Within, like, so you don't fucking lose anything.
We should market that, the Absolute Geek gift strap.
Absolutely.
Officially licensed.
We can do a gift pouch that can put their money and stuff in it.
A gift pouch.
Or all your Yiffy needs.
You don't want to lose your money and your condoms.
Why would you use condoms? That's breaking character.
Yeah, they don't do that.
You know what little personas running around.
Why? You don't want to add to your wolf?
Your wolf pack?
You don't want to add to your pack?
Can you imagine that phone call? I'm sorry, but our wolf pack's getting larger. What do you mean? I'm pregnant. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Our wolf pack is growing by one.
Our litter is getting bigger.
Our litter?
We're having a litter.
Yeah. How crazy would that be? Like, imagine being on this end of it now, because it's actually more of a common thing of people doing a lot of this stuff. Imagine being a kid and your parents are furries and you're not into that shit at all. Like, how fucking awkward would that be when they treat you like a dog? Or
It'd be so weird to go out to dinner.
Here, wear your collar.
Oh my god, you guys go to fucking Red Lobster and they're fucking hurried out and they're on a collar.
That reminds me of a story because like a buddy of mine went to Denny's and there were like all these people came in after like they had already sat down, and I guess like in the middle of like them all sitting down and they're finally like ready, they all put their fucking costumes on mid-eating, and he was just like, what the fuck? Because they were all just around him. There was this furry surrounding the Denny's. I guess like a convention let out or some shit. And they're like, let's go. Let's go get our moons over my hammy so we can howl.
Howl unison.
That is weird.
Howl on your haters.
Howl on your haters. Like, it's nuts. If you're into that stuff, like, cool, but it's just when you go to the fursuit like part of it, that's the part that I'm just like, that's too much for me. That's way too much for me.
Oh, so you draw the line as the fursuit.
I was like, so all this stuff is
Putting
going
a
on.
collar on your kid.
I like art, so it's like art's art to me. Whatever the subject is, it's art at the end of the day. Like I'm not gonna wear it around.
By the way, we're not making fun of furries. We're just curious about it.
Yeah. Like, well, I'm like a resident one because I've made the art before.
You know more than us.
You're grandfathered in.
I was gonna say he was fur curious, but
Brent was that kid.
Yeah.
He's by furious.
yes.
I'm curious. There you go.
His parents took him to Red Lobster.
Look, it's Red Lobster.
Put your fucking ears on, or you're not getting another cheddar biscuit.
Shit.
You don't use utensils here. You're a wolf.
We're a proud wolf family.
Yeah, could you imagine how embarrassing that'd be if your fucking mom ordered the lobster bisque and she starts like lapping it up like she's a dog?
You fucking
Tell you, bro.
Everybody would have their phones out.
You're like, this woman's fucking insane.
I'll have the lobster bisque, please.
Wolves. I'm different. I'm half wolf, half fucking sea creature of some sort. Half sea urchin.
I think part of my persona would be a seagull so I could shit on people.
That's a thing.
Why be something so small? Why don't you be like a fucking what's a huge bird? A vulture. They have bigger shits. Yeah.
Why limit yourself to real life bullshit?
Yeah.
Because then I could fly up to somebody and I'll take their food and I'll shit on them and I'll fly away.
Like a bird?
Like any bird, yeah.
Like,
You should be a California condor mixed with a horse.
just the cock part.
Yeah, it's a bird with a giant horse cock.
Doesn't fly.
It doesn't. I don't fly very high.
No, you just kind
Drives on the
of
floor.
I'm a low flyer. It drags on the ground.
Tim says in the chat an albatross.
There you go. The biggest bird.
Should be a pelican.
Oh,
Half
shit.
pelican,
You're
half
a
tuna.
pelican.
Oh my god.
That was a good comeback, Kyle.
Thank you.
You're a pelican.
Sure, Cal.
So, I mean, like Jose said, we're not making fun of furries, and it's a huge part of it's becoming a huge culture in its own right. But it is a part of our culture as well because you see them at all conventions, and no matter.
I actually try to look out for them so I can take a picture of them.
Yeah, now you do because I think you got something for them.
Because it's a part of your fucking head.
Yeah, I think Jose
Alright,
secretly is
now.
curious.
It's fine.
Jose, your 2019 New Year's resolution should be to yiff.
Should be not to have a
Yes, what?
stroke.
You got to yiff. You got to find someone to yiff, Jose.
Oh, man.
We got to make you a fursona.
You need to yiff the shit out of someone, Jose.
Wow, Brent commission.
He's a snapping turtle.
A sad turtle.
He gets scared and he pokes his head back into his shell.
Fucking hell.
He should just cosplay Filbert from Rocko's Modern Life. It fits him perfectly.
Yes, it does. Oh my god.
That way, he doesn't have to spend the $25 from last year that his mom gave him, and he can still pull the character off
I
perfectly.
just spit my whiskey out.
Oh, man.
Mm.
I still cannot believe you have $25 left from last Christmas.
Oh, that was
I do.
About
I
it.
believe it. I 100% believe it.
You cheap bastard.
He
I totally
probably
forgot about it.
from the looks of it, he used that $5 in gas you gave him to go buy a fucking Walmart webcam.
No, I had this webcam for like 10 years now.
Yeah, it looks like it.
The 10-year-old webcam.
It's a 360p.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I don't even think it's quite that.
That's straight potato.
Because like it's jumping to all of us and it says HD, 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 and then it gets a Jose and just says fucking kill me.
Yeah, right.
Just
it works.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, as long as it works.
it's on.
yeah, there you go.
And of course he's got to be.
That's enough.
He's got to be the creepy one that's sitting in the dark, all fucking ominous, and only light lighting him up is the monitor, the backlight to the monitor.
Creepy.
Terrible.
So I mean, outside of conventions, which is the the norm for furries, where else does everybody meet? Because you're not gonna. It's not like cosplay where you build something for a year and then you only wear it once. I mean, this is a part of their lives. So I mean, they've got to. Then I go out to the desert and go to a rave or something.
No, I mean they can. Yeah, that's a weird part of like the subculture for some reason.
For a friend finder.
Yeah, that's a thing. I think actually. Well, I mean, there's always like meetups that they have to do. And they'll just like, oh, like a so furry.
That they have to do. Like,
so
you're
if they don't
obligated
show up,
to do
you
it.
get kicked out of the group.
Like, because the thing is, like, okay, if you have a
Do you have to pay dues?
It's
You have to pay dues to be part of the group.
built upon that, like, it's your persona, your fursona, whatever that you believe. You want to be that as much as possible. Like if you have a costume that you have, that you're like, fuck, I can only use this once a year. This sucks dick. I want to use this as much as I can because I paid money for it or whatever. If you like it, if it's like garbage, then you're like, oh, whatever, that's fine. But for them, it's like it's a big thing. Like they want it to be more of a part of like their normal daily life. So they usually do a lot of meetups, or maybe they just like.
Do they go to like? Oh, there's Jeff. He wasn't at the last meeting. He's kicked out.
No.
He has to stand like 6 feet away from him and just fall behind.
Sorry, guys. I was teaching my pup. No. It's sometimes, and I know somebody who's done this. They just wear certain pieces of their persona out. Like they'll just have the paws and the tail, and they'll just go do normal shit.
I see people walking around all the time with tails.
Do you really? Where?
Yeah, like Best Buy or
I've never seen a
Walmart.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
You don't pay attention then because you can see them at Walmart all the time, amongst other crazy ass shit.
Well, it's
Walmart.
I just figured that's why everyone wears leopard pants.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like the same as like cross dressers where they just start with like a small article of clothing before they gain enough confidence to wear the whole thing?
Sometimes, yeah. It's just like it really depends if they want to. Like the thing is, okay, fursuits. At least back in the day, I don't know how much it is now because I don't look at prices. Fursuits could like literally start at a price of $1,000.
Wow,
like they're expensive as fuck, and these are for the top quality ones. And when I say top quality, I mean it looks like a mascot. Like it's not like some shit where it's like body painted with prosthetics and stuff. It's just fucking, and like it doesn't cost that much to make the shit, but most of these people are just they have a character. Almost all of these people, not all of them, but like they'll have a persona, but they just have like a concept in their head, and they always commission other people to do the art or whatever. Like this is my character because they can't create it themselves, and that's just like where a lot of the percentage falls into. So they'll have people like, okay, could you make a costume that's based off of, let's say, wolf or dog, and make the fur colors this and this, and it's usually like stupid colors like orange and purple. Like
yeah, the girl I messaged was
Shepherd.
The girl I messaged was purple,
blue.
Is there like a certain meaning to that, or what?
Very, very
pistachio.
Green's good.
Yeah, I like the grasshopper color. I like mint chocolate chip. And
brown
either
and green.
That or
Bubblegum.
Yeah, bubblegum. Cotton candy. All right. Fucking And the thing is, like, they're usually, if they're not like super creative themselves, other than like what they want to be, and they always commission other people to do it, and then they finally get the thing made, so they don't have to actually like get physically fit to form into what their persona is, or if it's another like gender or whatever they choose, whether it's like male, female, hermaphrodite, like fucking something else. And that's pretty common as herms. Don't even get me on that.
Do you see a lot of udders?
No, because not a lot of people. They do. And the thing is, really enough.
You gonna milk me, fucker?
It's straight up. The only way I can explain it is: have you ever seen the old cartoon show called The Cowboys of Moo Mesa? Like those are like anthropomorphic cow people, where they just kind of have like cow faces, but they're just regular like people from this point down. And that's usually what it is. They don't usually have udders, which is whatever. It's like I said, it's a percentile thing. Some people do like where their characters like when they're hypersexualized, so they just have a pair of tits, like a normal human being. Or they'll go way hard and they're like, okay, my character is a cat, so they have 6 tits because they have fucking like more nipples than normal. So they like, let's make it fucking 6 pairs down here around your waist. It's fucking weird, man. And I can't imagine anybody walking around that way, but it'll happen now that I've said it.
Tim says in the chat, they go to the Furning Man Festival.
Burning Man! No, they would die
That's
from me.
fantastic.
You kidding me? You can't wear that shit out.
That's why it's at night.
Furchella.
Coachella.
Furapalooza.
Furapalooza. That's so stupid.
Coachella?
Yeah, Coachella is legit. I like that one. Even though I don't like Coachella.
That's real.
No,
So is Lollapalooza. So is Furapalooza.
yeah, I know. Oh my god. But that's so stupid. Okay. Sorry. I don't remember where the fuck I was going with any of this shit. I was going somewhere and then
You were going to Furning Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Bought your tickets.
My fox costume.
Yeah.
You ready?
Your fox and snake costume.
It's not fox and snake. My first thought is just a fox. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You went too far, Matt.
I did.
You went too far. Yeah, fox and snake. Son of a bitch.
I want to make mine a hedgehog.
Would that be a fake?
A fake. It's a snox, bro. It's stupid.
I want to be a panda hedgehog.
Yeah, there you go.
Hedgehog.
I'm a
As
panda
a
hedgehog.
hedgehog.
The hedganda. The illustrious, rare hedganda.
Rarely seen.
You gotta go fast, slowly. Stupid.
Brian, what would your persona be?
Mine?
No, Brian.
Brian?
Oh, I have no idea, dude.
Brian's checked the fuck out. He doesn't even know where the conversation is.
You lost me on this one, man.
He doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Come
right
on, just look deep into your soul. All you see is your
The
spirit.
first animal that you see in your mind.
Yes.
Yeah, gummy bear.
I didn't want to go into that. No, I'm not going to. I'm not.
The gummy bear personas.
Thing that people do, and I'm not kidding. Like I'm
Anybody
depressed.
do like the midgets from Wizard of Oz?
Specifically, no, the Lollipop Guild.
I want to be a mixture of a Tengu warrior from the Power Rangers movie and a flying monkey from Word of Oz.
Oh yeah, man, that'd be creepy.
That's so hot.
Oh, there's got a little boner over there now.
Yeah, he's
Good thing he's in the dark then.
Yeah, he's popping a chonga. That's why he's in the dark, because he doesn't want you to see it.
He's ready to knot some bitches.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fuck me.
So, anyways, what about gummy bears now?
There's lots of different. So if we're going down to this territory, there's a lot of
gingerbread men.
No. It's not just like food based. It's just like it's material based.
Oh my god, you show up as a turkey.
Don't base me.
Oh man, there's too much of that. Thanksgiving. Fucking no. The thing is, there's a lot of different weird shit. Like, so it's whatever enough to where you're like, they have a fursona, and then they have a weird version where they're just a different material, like slime, goo, gummy bears, probably one of them, like candy in general, and the one that they all like to do, which is inflatable or latex. Inflatable is the one that I just don't fucking understand. I don't get it. Like,
it makes you look fat.
No, not just that. Oh, they like inflation is a different thing than what I'm talking about.
No.
Like, imagine if they're like they have their fursona, and then they like turning them into either a sex doll or a pool toy.
Nice.
Yeah, there's one of the two options, and they're like, yeah, they got like the fucking. They have the little. They even add the detail with the little blow up point with the, you know, like.
I want to make it to where like you have your fursona and then you have a blow up doll or blow up person dressed like you, so that way you feel like you're walking around with yourself. So you get to fully experience yourself as a furry, but then you still have your normal self there too.
So when they do themselves as the blow up doll, do they have like that what you just did?
Yeah.
They walk around with the orifices.
Yeah,
ready to go, rearing to go.
Yes,
the rear orifice.
Yes, that's just that's kind of deeper into the fetish territory, but that is
let's go. Let's do it. Let's hear about it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's deeper into the fetish, because the fetish territory. Like, okay, the most common stuff you're usually going to see is macro, micro, and vor, and fucking. God, I hate vor so much. Do anybody know what vor is?
No.
Oh no. Oh, I didn't think we were gonna get there.
Now we're here.
Oh, I thought at least one of you, and that makes me sad. Because it's not good. So let's go to just hyper, micro, macro.
Look, I don't study this on the daily. Like, that's what I go to you for. If I have a question, I'm just like, hey, okay. Brent. That's why you're my residential go-to.
As Jay said, we're going down the fur hole.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with the macro, micro. And macro, micro, do you know what that means in general? Like, macro is big, micro is small. And that's the thing where they're, like, making characters fucking super giant for some reason. And a part of that fetish is usually crushing people under their feet and killing them sometimes. That's a thing that they like. That's a sexual fetish. And then hypers were just body parts specifically. So macro is full body. Hyper is just usually one body part. So it's like giant tits, ass, and a dick, usually all the same thing. And then vor, it can be put into any of those things. And vor is either the consumption, it's a consumption of the other character.
Either like two girls, one cup.
It's either through the mouth. No, because that's just scat. The vor is either through the mouth, through the ass, or through the dick hole. Those are usually the three main ways they do it. And it is not cool.
The dick hole.
Yes, because they hyper the shit. So the shit's already like 8 feet tall and the person's 5 feet. And then it's like, get in there, bitch. And you're like, why is this a thing? Like,
they climb in the big man-made dick hole.
They don't climb in it. They just get like sucked in like a fucking dick vacuum. Like,
it's like a black hole.
And they're like, no. And usually the person getting sucked in is like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And they're like,
who wants to get sucked into a dick hole? Nobody.
Yeah. Nobody likes that.
It starts out, it's one of two ways.
So it's like you just went from having furry sex to being at a Guar concert.
Yeah. And like, it's a weird thing that a lot of people seem to like is like digestion and vor, and either rockvore, as they call it, or just regular vor, where they eat them and they're like, oh man, this is great. And the other person that's like, either they're getting off or they're going down, or they're like, I'm going to die soon. This sucks. Like, I understand why it's so common in those circles, because I don't get it at all. And I look at a lot of stuff. Okay. I have no filters. I still don't understand it.
Where in what? I can't even fathom this. I get off by being dick digested. Like
the idea of being ingested by something else.
Yeah, I guess.
That's their thing.
I don't know.
I'm climbing into the anus.
Yeah. They're like, no, my ass. I'm getting sucked up into someone's ass, and they're like, yes.
I'm going in now.
And it's so weird to me. Like, everybody's got their thing, but it's
just, I don't think it's just weird to you. I think it's
easy, Lemmy Winks.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I guess what it is for me is like, because everyone's got some sort of logic in their head about why they like it. I just need to know what it is because I can't fathom it. I don't know why. Like, I don't like it
until you try it.
Kyle.
I like how everybody got quiet.
Oh, you're welcome.
This just got real awkward.
Oh no, until you try it. I'm glad that it's not a possibility. Thank you. I'm not going to suck anything up into my fucking dong anytime soon, I'm sure.
Kyle muted himself. He put himself in timeout. He's laughing. His little icon's going nuts over there. He had to mute himself.
And the rubber thing is something that they like doing as well. I'm on top of the inflatable thing I was talking about. Inflation's a weird one, actually. And
the rest of this isn't.
No. It's what I mean is like, because like the vor stuff is just whatever. Some people really like eating food, and then they're just like hyper putting into like digesting people in general or something, whatever. Inflation's weird because it's either they just inflate through like air or whatever, and most people usually stop it to a certain point. But then there's people who get off when they pop, and when you pop, you die. Obviously, you fucking expand and you explode. And people are like, "Oh yeah, I have like a popping fetish," and I'm like,
"How do you even find this out? Like, how do you know?"
I've been on the internet for 14 years looking.
You had to be there.
like I was sitting there, like I was. Well, I would say I was sitting there. Like it didn't just happen when they're like, "Oh, that's some good art. What's it?" Like that's not how it was. Like it wasn't.
Brett was in a room and he turned to the left. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh no! Like it wasn't like
someone popped him.
I wish it was that interesting, but it was usually just it's just like, okay, so have you ever been on like it's the same kind of thing, like you ever been on YouTube and you just go down this fucking K-hole, you're just watching all this shit that you don't fucking know where you're at anymore. Like you click on a video and they're like, what the fuck's this video? What the fuck's this video? And then you just keep going and you're going, and then like after like 2 hours pass by, you're like, I basically learned nothing. And I don't know why I'm here now. That's kind of how it was for me.
Somebody's been on Pornhub Dark. Pornhard.
Welcome to Pornhard.
Pornhard. That's the site for pirates. Yep.
Pirates only. You have the bootleg to get in.
Arg.
Welcome to Pornhard.
We have a bootleg.
You don't need to get scurvy at piratesonly.com. Help me bury my booty at piratesonly.com.
Swab poop deck here.
So, do you guys feel like you're more informed about furries?
No, I kind of feel a little more lost.
Yeah, it's a
there's so much stuff.
Hole that you can get lost in, and it's really hard to claw your way out.
Hole.
So, would a good way to interact with furries is like, should I bring like horse feed with me?
People, homie.
And so when I see him, I can like throw like horse feed out for him.
Not always. That's so fucking.
Dude, oh shit, Kyle. Next time we go to a convention, we should go as characters from Red Dead. and we should fucking tranquilize him and tie him up, and just leave him in the middle of the con floor.
Dude, yeah, we'll have blow dart guns.
There you go. Tranquilize him and just leave him there.
Throw out some bird seed.
Yeah, there you go. Are you an avian? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, little seed. Woo, little seed.
I don't think they usually change their diet as much.
I'll just throw corn dogs down.
I never really noticed. It's like nobody really changes their diet to fit their genus.
There's somebody out there that does. There's somebody out there that's not hard.
I'm not saying that it's not possible.
Yeah, there's somebody out there eating oats.
Yeah, for sure. Like he's a goat. It's just he's a goat kid.
They go to the zoo and they put 25 cents in the machine and then they eat it.
Yeah, just like, oh fuck yeah. You know, like I bought only sunflower seeds for the whole house. Like, you know. That's like I'm not saying it's not possible. I usually don't see that, surprisingly enough. Maybe they don't eat the meat of whatever they're doing. Maybe they're not like, oh, I'm a cow, you know, but I don't eat burgers anymore because it's cannibal. Yeah. I don't eat chicken anymore because I'm an avian.
What the fuck is Jose eating?
His pills. It's time to take his pills.
It's time for the green M&Ms.
Yep, yeah, there it is.
I saw it. It's my medicine.
He's cashing out for the night. He's taking the pills. It's over.
Oh my
god.
Jose looks like a creepy weirdo you meet in like chat roulette.
Jose looks like a creepy weirdo everywhere you go.
Damn.
He's like that dude in chat roulette when you first come on. He's just sitting there. Next thing you know, he like show you his dick. You're like pan down. There's this fucking junk.
Damn, Jose. I hope he's patting down.
Oh man,
and that's where everyone bails.
Yeah, Brent is not only a furry aficionado, he's very knowledgeable on lots of things. So
yeah, that's right.
Mostly furries though.
Yeah, that's it. That's all
just furries.
We could he could tell you about Chris Chan.
Oh boy. The man that I still call him a dude. I don't give a fuck that he's had fucking hormones and grown his vagina through binaural beats.
And cut it open.
Yeah, he cut his gooch open because he's a fucking idiot. He's like, I was listening to binaural beats. Hello, it's Kristen Western Chandler, and I cut open my vagina because it was growing when I was listening to the binaural beats. And nigga, go to the hospital now. Like, it's literally what people had to force him to do for like an hour. Dude's an idiot. He's an enigma because he'll never stop doing shit that you're like, I can't believe that. Like it all like for years.
Real life streaming show.
Yes. Like it's never just like, oh, you know, today he just did this. It's like, nope, today he did something even more ridiculous than he did before. When he went to the Too Many Games convention and fucking spurged out and had a meltdown in the middle of it.
Yep.
Who is this?
Oh no.
His name is Christian Weston Chandler.
I wanted to ask too, but I was kind of nervous to actually ask.
You don't know Christian?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
I live in a bubble, dude.
That's okay, because then you just get surprises all the time. So, okay, let's just do quick cap.
Let's do it.
Chris Chan is a high-functioning autistic man who is the creator of his super original character, Sonichu.
I'm surprised Jose doesn't know about this.
Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu put together, and he likes to zap to the extreme. He fucking draws his own comics, which look like they were made by like an 8-year-old, but they're by a 33-year-old guy. Like, and he literally believes that the thing that he's created, that Sonichu and Quickville, where they live, is a real place. And it's a place that he visits mentally all the time. Now, recently, in the most recent years, it used to just be a portal that was just somewhere else. But he put the portal somewhere between Virginia and Germany. You know, roughly around there.
Water.
So it's somewhere in the ocean.
It's between 2 points somewhere. I would hazard a guess it's closer to Virginia because he seems to go there quite often, considering he lives there. But he's just an autistic dude who, you know, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal if he also just didn't try to like haggle people out of money all the time and didn't think he's like the fucking greatest shit ever. And people obviously want to troll his ass, right? I mean, because he's just like he's a nutball. But because of that, he's had like super good villains in the canon of his life that people chronicle, and people have chronicled his life since he started, and that was back in like 2007 or something, starting out. So you can still find him doing crazy shit today, and his most recent saga is the Merging of the Realms, where he thinks all of everyone's fantasies and comic books and all of that shit, everybody from all those different things are going to merge into real life. And we're going to meet our superheroes and have our superpowers and all that shit. But not all of us are going to make it.
Jose won't make it. He'll have a stroke.
No, you'll be left behind. Billy Squire, Stroke Man. And he'll fucking... you'll have his super ability of fucking...
Stroking out.
Not dying.
Dude, yeah, I mean, if you're sitting on the toilet and you want to go down a rabbit hole, just go to his quickie page, CWCKI.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, CWCKI, man, and you can read all about his fucking life. It's all chronicled there.
It's all completely chronicled there, and
so do people just feel sorry for him, or
some people do. Other people, they're just like, don't try to troll him. Don't try to get the money. None of that shit. Just
don't feed the beast.
Observe the fucking thing at this point, because more like people like what was it? More recently, and he got like a bunch of cats because they were like strays, and he's like, I'm gonna take them into my home because I don't understand fucking how the world works in general. So he had a bunch of cats in his home, and they had I don't remember what disease it is, but they had a disease, and he went to the vet and got the medicine for it, but he told people that he didn't have the money to pay for the medicine for these cats, so to just send donation money to him so he could get the cats well again. And people were like, how about we do a fundraiser to get him the medicine that these cats need? And he's like, no, just send me money. And they're like, no. And then they got all the medicine and sent it to him when they found out later from his veterinarian that he already had the medicine for these cats. He just wanted people to give him money. Like, that's the kind of deal.
Well, I mean, you go into it deeper and you find out that he's made up these make-believe characters that he says he's married to.
Oh, yeah, Maggie-Chan and Mewtwo.
Yeah, and like he thinks that he is like one of these characters and that he's the mayor of Quickville and like it.
Oh no, he is the mayor. There's no doubt in that.
Yeah. Well, it's a crazy trip.
There's a lot of really good just content where you're like, no fucking way, just reading the shit, and it's. I was stuck in like a Chris Chan K-hole for like 2 months.
Where do you find that? It's on Reddit?
No, it's quick.com, CWCKI.
Yep. And you're going to go down a rabbit hole for the night.
Oh, looks like I'm rabbit holing because I'm fucking... my interest is peaked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's him. It's like him going on doing videos and explaining all this.
He has videos, but he has comic books that he draws. And he's only on to issue... He was supposed to be doing issue 12, and he still hasn't gotten to his paid obligations of drawing it yet. But he has a bunch of shitty comic issues, and you can look and read all of them if you want, or you can do the synopsis on the quickie. They have every single one there. And they have some fucking quotes and just some stupid fucking garbage. It's
like
insane.
Like the site that we're telling you to go to documents his life. Like it says like let's see. Chris is currently being sued for debt, and it gives you the names of the debt collector companies. And it's like it's got his court dates on there and everything. And then it says it's been 24 days since Chris has begged for money. It's been 154 days since Chris has uploaded pages to meet his paid obligations. And it has been 3,388 days since Chris has applied for a job.
Wow.
But that's the way he does. He goes online and like begs for money, or he'll get his like elderly, like near death mother to go on and like, beg for money. Like she was making, it was almost like out of fucking, Happy Gilmore. Like his elderly mother was making these quilts that they were selling for like $50 to $100 online.
Jeez.
Yeah, they call it Snorlax.
Yeah. Borb.
Hey, we all bitch about our shitty jobs that we hate going to. This dude said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna ask."
Right?
So, I mean,
People are paying him.
I'm gonna make my own world.
I think he's onto something that we're just not up to yet.
Government tugboat is what he calls it.
He's living in 2032. We're here in 2019.
Sure.
His monthly government tugboat.
Yeah, he gets money from the government for being autistic because it's like he can't go get a job and provide for himself, so he gets money, but he spends all of that money on PlayStation games and Lego. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, that's
Dope.
what he does. And he's like, I can't afford to buy food this month. I'm like, then don't buy so much fucking Lego, you idiot. Like,
Stop building shit.
Sad.
Leave it to Brian to be the moral backbone.
Voice of reason.
Yeah. Mister, I need to interject Hitler as the moral background here.
I gotta bring it down somehow.
I guess. If it's not somebody dying, it's just rain on the parade, huh?
Yeah.
Get to the point.
but yeah.
Yeah. You guys got any other questions you want to ask Brent tonight? Any other? While he's
we
here.
have him.
I asked the shitload. I can't. I'm tapped.
That's the first time, so I'm completely out.
Brian, has this piqued your fur fetish, your inner fur fetish?
No, but I am definitely going down that rabbit hole.
Oh, you're looking up Chris Chan?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you got your sewing machine out.
I know. That's what I thought.
Like, I'm gonna make some paw pads.
I need to bust out this fur helmet real quick.
Helmet's the part that kills me. Let me just strap it on. Like, fuck.
All right. Well, I guess this will be where we end this week's episode. I want to thank Brent for coming on and joining us.
And I want to thank Brian for being so chatty tonight too.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. I expected it. Brian's out of his element. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, that
he's just here for the learning experience.
I was here to laugh and listen, man. That was all new to me.
That's what happens That's what happens when he doesn't buy his camera like everyone else.
Yes.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a conversation off screen.
We're gonna scold him.
But I want to thank everyone who joined us.
Sorry.
I want to thank everyone who joined us tonight in the chat on YouTube. You guys were awesome as always. If you're still here, make sure to hit that like button. Let's give us some thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you like this show. Yeah. Again, sorry for the late start. Like I said, we had a program going. I had a program going where it was going to be cool overlays and kind of all kinds of cool stuff going on. But my computer sucks and it crashed as we were launching it, even though I tested it. But I did not test it with all 4 of our cameras or 5 of our cameras. Whatever.
Brian doesn't have one.
Yeah, Brian doesn't have one. 4 of our cameras. But it crashed, so we had to go back to Google. So until I can get a new computer, I think we're going to be sticking with Google, but that's all right. At least we kept good on our one promise to have most of us on camera. So hopefully we'll continue on that.
He said, Brian.
Yeah, that's not what I said. I said most of us.
Most of us.
We get
Brian.
Wink,
Parentheses.
wink.
Yeah. I was just going to add it in there later. But, yeah. Again, if you liked what you heard here tonight, make sure to like and subscribe to us on YouTube, or you can catch us on all of your favorite podcasting applications to download tonight's episode. So, for the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Brian.
Oh, Brian jumping Jose and
yeah.
I was just so used to Jose not being here that.
Oh,
Those are
shots
fighting
are
words.
getting fired over here.
Look at Brian's all warmed up now.
All I could say is Jose has a camera.
Yep.
Kind of.
Kinda.
You can see 3 pixels.
Whatever dollar store / Goodwill he walked into to buy it, he's got
It's
one.
Microsoft.
Savers.
Yeah, savers. All right, let's try it again. I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Jose.
I'm Brian.
I'm Brent.
And we will see you. Actually, before we go, I do appreciate Brent being here. I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize. I want to give Brent the opportunity to plug, since he came on. It was nice enough to come on the show and do this for us. Go ahead and plug where people can find you and where they can find your stream and
my stream. Oh yeah. I mean, it's
all of your stuff, music.
Well,
Brent actually does our intro music. Brent's the one that created our intro music. So
yes. I mean, you can just go to SoundCloud.com and then I would say type
Furry Lover.
Yes, / Furry Lover 123 Big GIF. No. It's a big 45. It's SoundCloud. No, it's SoundCloud.com / this is actually really funny. It's Crayowitz, which is KREYOWITZ, and I came up with that name when I made my Fur Affinity account for furries. I'm not even kidding. Like, that's literally the name I took that I made up for my persona back in the day, and that's my fucking name now because it's original, I guess. So yeah, there's a fucking nugget. Other than that, you go to my Twitch page, which you'll never be able to spell even if you try, which is twitch.tv/Johann von Struzelborg.
Bless you.
Thanks. That's where I usually spend most of my time right now. But if you want to look at my music, it's on SoundCloud. If you want to look at my stream, it's on Twitch.
I'll put a link to Brent's Twitch on the Facebook page.
Like, fuck, what?
Yeah, so people can go watch his streams. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah. But all right, that's it for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast. Once again, I want to thank Brent for coming out and hanging out with us tonight and giving us a little bit more knowledge about furries and taking your guys' question. So we will see you next time.